Is Rat not on? Whoop de doo doo. How does my mic sound, by the way? Is it better? Like, does it sound good? Wah wah. Okay. I messed with it and turned it up and fiddled with it a good bit. Hold
The
on.
strength 40.
Strength 45?
Strength 45.
Yeah.
Con 55. Size 70. Dex 60. Appearance 90. Intelligence 55. Power 70. Education 80. And luck 80.
That's actually really good.
And, like, is that. Like, yeah, he's got good education and luck. Otherwise, he's just meant to be pretty. Otherwise, he's just kind of average at everything. It's not. He's a pretty boy. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
Meant to be pretty. So I was trying to decide on, a job for him. I've settled on 3. I'm not sure which one to pick. Being a hoe, an entertainer, or an actor.
A hoe would be strange.
Yeah.
But, okay, here's the thing. Entertainer can be a lot of different things. Actor can be fun. Producer, I find, is the most fun because if you were a producer in the 1920s, you were probably having to hide bodies and snort cocaine at least 3 times a day. It's like if you really look into like the wild 20s, you know? Being an actress in the 20s was not fun. Oh, great.
Yeah. Those are my 3.
Trying to get like a For Honor Gear viewer so that I can.
Okay, so a lady offered to take us to the vet for me. I'm very grateful about that. However, I don't know what they actually did there aside from give her a rabies vaccine. Like, I was not told what exactly they did. All I was told is Miralax and that they couldn't get her to poop there, but I don't know what the hell they did. And that she wouldn't eat there, but like, pretty typical that if just given a litter box and throw it in a little cage, they're not gonna poop unless they absolutely fucking have to. That's just not what a cat does. Cats get stressed easy. And I've been kind of keeping her okay. And she was kind enough to bring her back from the vet, even though I didn't expect her to. Like, we were fine to go and pick her back up. But she brought her back, and then when she saw me, she immediately started going in on my appearance.
I'm gonna have to open For Honor. Probably in the
So,
background.
and she started getting on to me about, plus also being overweight, which, yeah, I know I'm fat. Sure, you don't have to. That has absolutely nothing to do with this conversation whatsoever, bitch. Like, sure, whatever.
The
I know it's bad
sass.
that Puss is also, overweight, but like, that's not really the main fucking concern right now, you know?
Yeah.
And I was an absolute mess, so obviously I was like bawling in front of her. And she
Oy
told
vey.
me that I was feeding her junk food and needed to immediately switch to the more expensive brand. And like, yes, I know that the brand we get is not the best brand,
We're
but we were
poor.
also told, yeah, we're fucking broke.
Just say
But I
we're
was also
poor.
told by the vet that it's okay, that that brand of food is still fine. It's better than dry food, and she primarily ate wet food anyways. Although she's probably not going to have any more dry. I, no matter what, I think we're going to just not give her dry. Like, I don't know what they did at the vet. I was not told anything other than that she needed the rabies vaccine. All I was told is Miralax twice a day, a fuckload of it. And that's it. All I was told. And so I've been keeping in contact with her a little bit. Haven't really been initiating the contact unless she actively tells me to let her know about something. And I'd gotten her to poop today. We had gotten her to poop a little bit, using just an infant suppository. And it wasn't completely solid. It was like half solid, half not. But she was ravenous after. Like, she was hungry afterwards. And, like, she did actually seem happier. Like, it seemed like she felt better. But my concern was that it wasn't completely solid. So I don't know if that means if constipation's the actual issue here. And you know what she said to me?
What?
I'll just put her down now. Either you afford the expensive blood work, or just do the euthanasia. Just do it now.
That's wild.
I have dealt with dying cats before. Willow, we're fairly certain had cancer. They let you know. So I told her, like, I am really great. I am actually grateful you took her there, but I'm not ready to give up fighting yet. I will surrender her. I'm not just gonna kill her. I will
Yeah.
surrender her if it comes to that, but I'm still gonna fight.
I don't mean
I've
to be
lost.
that person, but if you surrender her and it's like a costly procedure, they'll probably just,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
And she's a senior. Oh. But I'm wondering if it was a combination of that plus something else. Like, I don't know if it is as bad as cancer. I don't know. But the thing is that it's weird. Like, she'll have energy half of the day, and then she'll start, and that's when she wants to eat and stuff. And while she's not eating as much as she normally does, she's still eating a little bit. And, like, she's still initiating pets. She's not actively hiding. If anything, she only started, like, moving around more yesterday after the fucking vet, because she went to the vet on Tuesday. And, like, she was up here today on me. She got on the higher portion of her cat tree a little bit, and she went under her quote-unquote little cave under the table a couple of times, which she hasn't done in a couple of days. So you would think that if she was actively starting to, fucking die,
What's
and
up,
was ready
Demir?
to,
Hold
she
on,
would be
give
trying
me a
to.
second. I'm doing some stuff. Go ahead, continue talking, Pandora. Sorry. Chat. Somebody in chat. I'm gonna be doing a For Honor sketch today. Of I have a video planned for Gladiator specifically. I don't know if you watch Marco Yolo, but essentially, I'm gonna be going for like that vibe. I know that's dumb. I know that. Hold on, it sounds dumb, but like that kind of vibe of editing, right? And what I'm currently doing is setting up a thing so that I can take some pictures. Bot level 1.
It pisses me off. I'm sorry.
It's fair. It's fair. Piss
And
me
don't mind
off
me,
too.
chat. I'm just ranting about
Yes.
issues for my cat.
It's just Demir. He's chill.
But I'm wondering if maybe it's like arthritic pain. Like, that's part of the reason. Because it was very sudden, and yeah, it happened after constipation issues. But the
Marciolo's
energy
goaded.
level,
Uh-huh.
it seems like she is more active when it's either the daytime or when there's a bunch of people around and it's warm in there.
You know she's just old, right?
And yeah, I know. But that's why I'm, like, I know she has arthritis. But the weather has suddenly taken a downturn. So I'm wondering if part of the reason could just be arthritic pain. Because that's going to make her not want to eat as much. That's going to make her not want to use the bathroom as much. That's going to make her, have deep, energy levels. So that's what I'm hoping it is. Just a combination. And that hopefully I can get her to the vet either tomorrow or on Friday. I'm going to have to open up a donation. But,
So I'm using the For Honor photo mode as a poser so that I can actually have a posed gladiator. And oh my god, just looking at some of these animations is hilarious. I would show you
God,
guys.
I heard I hate my voice. Ugh.
Very, very. I don't want to be mean, but you do have a very nasally voice. I do too. All right. So we're going to have this big boy right here. We're going to make him front and center. This is going to be his head. We're going to have his body erupting, his massive shoulders. Listen, it's going to be thumbnail art, so it's not going to be the best. I'm just going for a quick and dirty, almost kind of goofy looking sketch. Hold on. Wait, no. Hold on. I messed up. Don't worry about this chat. Don't worry. It's going to be great. It's going to take an hour tops, too. Put a joint right here, and then big hand right here. This is going to be the shield. Because he's bashing the fuck out of an Armouche's brain. Can't forget the massive headdress. Okay. I'm easily impressed, so humor me, Lothric. Okay. Let's see. I actually am pretty good at art. I do a lot of fun stuff in my free time. The problem is I don't have the motivation a lot of times with the current world to do my art, because it just doesn't feel like there's any point. But we're going to just broaden him out a little bit in the waistline, kind of widen his head. And I'm thinking about giving him so with a lot of the gladiator helmets, it's usually just a helmet line. That's just you can tell it's Glad. You can just immediately tell it's him. It's Glad, right?
I'm eating salad. Yeah, I can confirm. I have seen his art. He is good artist.
Oh, I'll show the chat my character. I haven't actually been working on it in a while. But, the way the gladiator dances around is really cool. I'm actually looking at the model right now as a reference. Because I'm going to be real with you. I'm good at realism, but, I'm good at my own realism. I can't, recreate. I can, if you give me a solid 6 hours, but you just sat there like a stony portrait, holding a pose, I could draw you. I could, to a T, perfectly sketch somebody. I believe that, My realism is not bad. Of course, it would be very small. I've actually done a lot of sketches for, the Lord of the Rings and stuff like that, because I was a big nerd of that. For that type of stuff. Well, I don't know. I feel like I'm giving him too much of a waistline right here. He needs to have more of, a motion. The dancing Squidward meme, where it's, really handsome Squidward and he's dancing around? After getting hit with the shoe. That's kind of what this guy's doing. That's kind of what he's doing. You gotta really get the twirl in there. He's a pretty ballerina. All right. Yeah, like this. Ooh, look, that's where his knee's gonna be, and he's gonna be slitting down like that. I'm gonna give him tap dancing shoes. Why not? Okay, this is gonna be his rod of ultra annihilation. His hook of impending pain, as it were. It's gonna be something like this, right? Yeah, just give it it's a little bit taller than him, which the trident is extremely long in this game. I just realized. I feel like tridents aren't normally, well, it's not his full body length, but it's I want to say gladiator's at least 6 foot, and this thing, it's 5 feet in length. When I think of a trident, I think of a shorter, more like a 4 foot, like a pike-sized. But then again, pikes, even they got to be pretty dang long. I remember watching this documentary about, how ridiculous... hold on, if I pull up an image real quick, I could do it. Because, hold on, let me put I just paused the music. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, I'm not hallucinating. Like, they got to be like 15 feet long, if not longer. Oh, come on. This image is far too small. Like, they would stand them up, and it would be like 2.5 men height long. If you want to see a picture, look up the Macedonian phalanx. You know what? Hold on. Let me just open this image up real quick so I can show y'all the ridiculousness of the height of this freaking thing. Hold on. Let me just see if I can do a quick, display. There you go. The Macedonians. Freaking, that's ridiculous. I'm sorry, but I have to say that that's ridiculous. Alright, we got my boy posed. Now we just gotta do a little bit of the finer details. Now, I want to kind of go for, like, the Chad guy, but I also want to make him look good. So I'm going to try and strike a perfect balance between totally ridiculous and insanely good. You know, like, I want to give you guys the sense that I can do art, but I also want y'all to think that I'm fucking around. That way, if I do bad, y'all don't, oh no, I'm tapped back into For Honor, my pose! Actually, I do need to move this a bit, I think. Get a little closer to that chest cavity, you know, to need a good sense of what his nips look like. Unfortunately, this kind of work, you have to get real close to the nips. All right. You there, Pandora? You went real quiet.
I'm eating a salad.
Oh, fair. Okay. Oh no. Well, I sampled a color, but I was gonna change color to a blue.
It's
anyways.
not because of that bitch. It's because the other day I had a salad and I made too much of the
Oopsie-daisy.
I like having chicken and mushrooms and like peppers and onions and whatever to mine. But
So-
I like them cooked. I fucking hate raw onion.
I actually
Nice
ate a
try
salad
something
today
over.
as well. So, like, salad bros. I ate a Caesar salad because I'm trying to get back on my, like, weight loss journey again. Trying to get back into shape, you know, and everything like that. And one thing I've noticed is, like, I have a Fitbit. And Fitbits are not extremely accurate, you know. But I work an extremely physical job. I work a factory job. I'm an extreme laborer. I'm one of the poor, as it were. We don't need straight lines here. There's nothing straight about me except for my wife. But it does need to be a little, yeah, like right around here. I'm actually just using this as a center line, since Gladiator doesn't really have, like, I wouldn't say he has anything of, like, does he have anything? Oh, hold on, I'm being dumb. Yeah, it's almost like a, something like this, right? Where it's kind of like one of those, what do they call them? You know, just ignore me, chat. If it works out like I think it will, it'll look good in the end, and that's all that matters. Let me get a look at this fucking helmet, though. Like, I've never really considered what Gladiator's helmet is. It's just a circle. It's just a bowl. He got a bowl. He got a bowl on his head. What in the goddamn? Okay, so I'm wearing currently I have like a winged mask, so for this it'll come in right around here, I'd say. Squirp up and then connect, and you really wouldn't see any of that. But it's gonna look like this, something like that, right? Something. Oh gosh. You see, this is the part where, like, the colors are throwing me off too. Okay. Because I usually use blues, they're lighter. I'm gonna go to a darker. Okay. So we're gonna start with the detailing. There's some rough little line. This actually swoops into the back, like, over here. I'm just using too thick of lines right now, because I'm just trying to... What I like to do whenever I'm drawing is I like to, like, blot out extremely roughly general shapes, especially if I'm drawing from reference, because otherwise it's going to be something completely different, right? I have a tendency to kind of just freeball a lot of my art, so I try to not do that whenever I'm doing a thumbnail, for example. Like, my squid is something that I sketch with my hand. I'm way better with my hands. Oh, hold on, what am I doing? No. You see, this is why I shouldn't have done that middle line. Because now my brain is like, ooh, so it's perfect. No, it's not. It's not. I need to fix this, because it's going to throw me off later. Okay, so the centerpiece is going to be right about here. We're going to come up, and we're going to swoop in. No, that's way too... See, I'm a perfectionist, and I can't be for the rough stuff. Swoop in right here, and it's going to come up into... And this mask is so cool. I love this one. Of course, I'm probably not going to use it forever, because I haven't unlocked the helmets I really like. But I am basing this off of my current Gladiator. Okay. Key point is this is right here is like supposed to be the center of the mask, right? Just going to swoop up, carve those little notches out. Oh my gosh, what is up with me today? I wish I had a screened pad. If I had a screened pad, this would be way easier. I have to do it from like... Because I don't have that. Hold on. Let me be smart real quick.
Oh, do you have to...
I have to...
Look up?
I look up, yes.
That's what I do. I've trained myself to just only look
Yeah,
up.
but I've only been doing this for like... I've only really practiced with this for like probably about 7 hours now, max. Not even. So like, I am so like new to it still. Okay, that's the center line. Whoop, 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 whoop. Sorry for the noises. It helps me focus. Because I am extremely, extremely autistic. Okay. So this is the part where I can get really creative with the shape, actually. I'm thinking of doing, like, the big slots and just having, like, a set of eyes, like, really human eyes behind them that are really bloodshot. Because these slots are big enough to where I could, like, do that on the second slot. So this is essentially, let me form the mask for you so y'all can see what I'm talking about. I think he knows what helmet I'm drawing by now. It's not gonna be a perfect because I'm really rushing this. Because again, thumbnail art, I have to stop being such a perfectionist about everything. Because like, if I were to really try and go for like what I want it to look like, we'd be here all day, and that would suck. Angle this a little bit more, like inwards, I think. Yeah, that's perfect. There we go. This is gonna look so goofy. Oh no. No, here's the part where my brain is like symmetry. I should have just mirrored it, but I still, to this day, and y'all are gonna laugh at me, do not know how to use the mirror tool. I knew how to on Corral. I do not. Oh my god, what am I doing? I looked to my right and I saw the other side. I don't know how to use it with Clip. So we are learning together, folks. Yeah, this is about right.
Mirror? I just copy paste.
The true artist
and
amongst
then
us.
From there.
Smart, honestly. Yeah, you know what? Let's get this down a little bit more, though. Let's really just like thicken these up.
Like
Again,
the character concepts I send, just for D&D shit. I just the faces, the ears, I just copy paste.
I like the idea of it being real thick, actually. like it wouldn't stop a sword, kind of. The mask itself wouldn't stop a sword, actually. So you know what'd be really funny if as it gets wider, like as it gets further out, the holes get wider until like you could fit your fist through one of the slots. Oh, that would be brilliant, but at the same time, it would look so stupid. And I'm kind of all for it, but at the same time, no, not to do that. All right. Up we go, right? Well, actually, we don't actually want this one to go up all the way, do we? I think it should be more like... First off, it should be closer, because it's a curved surface. I want to simulate that. We want this one to end right about here. Right about this, it should end right there, right? And then there's this like weird sloop that goes up and then sloop right there. And it continues to curve because that's where the metal thingy connects. Right? I'm not mistaken. Kind of. There's like this weird, yeah, this right here continues to connect upwards right here. And then there's this weird protuberance of metal. Oh, I see. That's not a weird protuberance. There's actually like a big gap here between where it and the... I'm going to call it God's Cradle. That's what we're going to call these. We'll figure out those last. We're going to have to do that in a separate layer, honestly, because like it's throwing me off. Okay. Also the blue is as well. You know, it's jank. But I would have nothing less. This is exactly what I intended my art stream to be. This is exactly what I intended it for it to be. For you guys to see just how much I struggle with the concept of digital. It's like a nightmare for me to figure out.
I can only do digital now. I'm spoiled. I can't even look down to draw anymore. I want to look up. Gotten trained.
Something like this, and then it should be narrower, honestly. I think
I'm sorry. I'm just going to continue talking and ranting about my character. Just because it's technically time for her to take her Miralax. However, it hasn't done shit. Some nice people off Facebook. Don't do this, by the way, unless, you know this shit is safe. Some nice ladies on Facebook gave me some lactulose, which is just... it's literally its purpose. And it's done better. It helped her, and she feels better afterwards. I mean, it could just be the disgusting ass taste, kind of making her jolt awake. But, like, that's when she tends to eat, is around afterwards. So I'm wondering if I should even try to give her the Miralax anymore right now.
Keep giving her the Miralax, for sure. Keep giving her the Miralax. Don't stop giving her Miralax.
Well, the lactulose is stronger, and she did actually poop on her own after having it.
Okay.
Whereas the Miralax so far, it hasn't done shit. Literally.
Yeah, there we go. It's starting to come together a little bit.
That's why I'm wondering, like, if I should continue, or if I should just give her the thing that I know was actually helping.
I'm curving too much over here. They're right about there, yeah.
Long enough right now.
Come back in, and it needs to curve inwards, I'm pretty sure, because I think his helmet's actually more of like a rimmed, but into a dome. So this right here would actually curve into itself, and you'd see this sprouting out, maybe, into like what it would be, the actual helmet. Hopefully this works out. If this doesn't work out, we'll redo it all, because that's the dictator way. If you fail, fail again. It's not even try again, just fucking fail, dude. Whoops. My big ass fucking gorilla hands butchering this tiny ass little pen. Ooh. So yeah, I kind of feel like this should dome out like where this is, because that's kind of like the general shape of the head, right? Yeah, you know what? We're gonna give him a bit of an egghead, because like I feel like he would have one, right? So I'm gonna as we get deeper in, I'm gonna give him like red glowing eyes that see into your soul. But this is kind of what we currently have going. I know it's not. I know it looks a little wonky, but you have to trust the process, folks. The helmet is so small. Like, it's supposed to, like, really be prominent, and I've kind of... because the way it looks is the mask itself, in the game, it sets on his chin. So unless this guy is giga-chatting like a fucking mewing god, you know what I mean? It's not gonna... pardon me, it's not gonna, like, be all that. So I don't know. Ah. Whew. Sorry, I'm taking a quick break. Stretching. Popping my neck. Okay. I want it to look like he's staring directly at you. Because this is 4,000 by 3,000 pixels, by the way. Massive. Absolutely massive. So, whenever we put this on a thumbnail, this will be bigger, right? And I'm going to have this being like, it's about to concuss you. Right? I think that'll be the funniest way to, like, really point out the giga-chadness of Gladiator. Okay, so I have to have my, obviously, my amazing... Actually, it would be more like this, wouldn't it? 'Cause it's like a little gargoyle. You know what? This is where I will put my masterpiece. Guy holding right here. What is... Hold on. What does he look like? Oh yeah. There he is. There's my boy. Okay. I'm gonna have to get real in here for it. So it's gonna be hard to see unless I make it big. So you're gonna have a really large boy up here. I could just do dick butt, but like, who knows dick butt in the year 25? You know what I mean?
What?
Don't laugh.
What?
You don't know what dick butt is?
No.
Oh, it's old. It's an old meme. It's an internet fucking classic. It's older than Pepe. It's older than Pepe. But since the viewers and you probably will never understand dick butt like I do, it'll have to be Chad. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The problem is it is like I'm getting real small on the pixels now, so like I'll have to really refine it. Like, I'll have to go in pixel by pixel to really define it, just so y'all can tell what it is. That's gonna be a pain in my ass, but you know what? Oh, I could. Ooh, you know, Listen, you don't get it, but this is hilarious to me. Oh yeah, hold on. Johnny Bravo. Oh gosh, you see, this is the problem. Oh yeah. Listen, it's okay. From a distance, instead of a gargoyle, I couldn't get the gargoyle in this detail unless I increased the project size, which I'm running a big canvas right now. Okay, I am like not slacking at all. Okay, on the canvas size, it's just I don't really use it all because like I'm trying to think of like perspectives, and I need to stop doing it. I just need to use the entire fucking thing. You know what I mean? But it's really hard for me to like in my head picture like going bigger. I try to use like the space that's there because I like to do landscaping a lot too. And I'm not going to be doing landscaping for this, but in my mind that's what I was thinking of. You gotta get that sharp jawline. Hold on. This is the part that's really important, so we're gonna get in here. Yeah. Boom, boom, boom. Alrighty. You guys ready for some real art? Ooh, yeah. Crafting him one step at a time. Pandora, you defended me as a good artist earlier. Are you ready to rescind that statement?
I have the stream open. It is lagging behind the actual conversation, so I have no idea.
Oh, poopy. You see, the problem is I'm gonna have to get really... The colors will help make it make sense. I know that, but like... Okay, that's actually... Oh, oh, that's beautiful. Oh, oh, oh. Ooh, I'll never question myself again. And it makes so much sense with the helmet I have. It makes so much sense with the helmet I have too. Oh, oh my. Oh, 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 oh. Okay, okay, okay. What the fuck? I tabbed out of you. Okay. Back into the art program. So we need that really big plume. Which that'll be easy. It's just... It goes high up too. Like right around here. Splits off. There's a center. And the center is like weirdly like concaved. Oh yeah. Perfect. Oh, actually, this is perfect because it should hide behind him a little bit. Yeah, right around here. Is that thick enough? It should like concave out a little bit like that. Yeah. Okay. So, this is what we're working with. That's the helmet. I know it's not the best looking thing. Trust the process. As it goes on, I will refine. I just realized I left myself no space for this one. Because I didn't do this first. Because I'm not great with symmetry in this program. Get out of here! We're gonna fix you up nice and easy, don't worry. That Minecraft music is bopping. I don't care what anyone says. Oh. It's a little too sharp. A little too sharp. So it should be more like a gradual lost. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's it. That's what I was looking for. That's what it's all about. Right there. Put a little circle. I want your toes. This guy has a feet obsession, but it's not with the toes. He's after your souls. he's not gladiator. He's Hattiator. He were. So you're too wide, I'm noticing now. Wham. Okay, let's fix this up real quick. Okay. Yeah, right around there is perfect. And I'll just shape it a little bit more. Listen, man. You ain't seen nothing yet. Just give me time to really get my go. Oh no, I've not left myself any space. You know, part of it is supposed to be a little jank right around here. It's way too much space. You know what? Whoever said that it needed to be, we're going for chaotic, not artistic. It needs to be a little asymmetrical, like. Yeah. I'm not even looking at the piece anymore. I'm just going with my soul. I'm not even looking at the reference. My soul is telling me to keep going. So I am. Yes. And his shoulder pads are huge. Like, it would be, what, right around here. And it just fucking wallops out, like, right around this area. You gotta remember, he's like... No, it has to be higher, though. It has to be higher, because he's full force, like, about to fucking rip a goddamn... Like, this is his arm. Like, his arm would be like, wham, bam. This is his, wrist. going into like the socket right around here. It's gonna pop right back in. And I know it looks weird, but you have to remember like the way proportions work from certain angles, because he's actually like kind of like bending his arm inwards here. So this would be where the point is. Which means I'm giving it too sharp of an angle, because the point would be more like right around here, I guess. But big boom. That needs 3 big, 4 big boom. What is it? Boom! 5 big booms. Does anyone know what I'm talking about, or am I having like a stroke? Pandora, am I having a stroke right now, Pandora?
Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Listen, you'd get it if you were chronically online. So,
I mean, I am. I'm just not on the apps for it.
okay, so
I'm mostly just watching.
his shoulder comes down around. This is actually where his body is, right? And like this is his neck coming out like that, right? His body would be jutting, actually. His traps would be erupting on this side. Let's talk about muscles. I'm actually a big fan of, like, musculature as a thing. This would be his shoulder right here, coming out. Boom. So his arm would be... If he was wrenching a punch, if he was going to be punching me, his arm, his elbow would be jutting this way. His arm would be right around here. His fist would meet right here. Yeah. So, thinking proportions. Boo, 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 boo. He's about to send that haymaker right into your jawline. That's what I'm thinking, right? Perfect. It looks stubby, because it kind of is. Hold on, because you got to remember, there's a lot of force in that elbow. It's actually going to be more like... more lower, probably. No, it would still be pretty high up. I'm lifting my arm right now. It'd be more like right around here, but it would be like here, maybe. Yeah. I could even lift it higher. I probably should. Yeah. What I'm thinking is full send it. If he was throwing a punch, if I was throwing a punch, I'd be up here. Which means your elbow's going to be back here. Right around behind the arm, and your arm is going to connect in. So we'd probably have like the muscular of the arm coming out right here into that structure. Essentially think this is your hand and there's a tube of flesh behind it, right? It's going to connect into a forearm here. And his arms are fucking jank, so like we got to really buff him up a little. He's a meaty boy, you know what I mean? This is Gladiator we're talking about. He's gonna be fucking huge. But, like, his shoulders should be more, like, boom, pronounced. Yeah, like that. But the problem is, the more I inject into that trap, the more I feel like... But then you gotta remember, I got all of this space down here. His body's not really all the way out here. It was just, like, I was referencing from the sketch. So, like, his pectorals would be down here, right? That's where his pecs would be. You're going to have those defining traps erupting into the arms. I don't know why I keep using that word, erupting. But, like, that's how it would kind of look, right? But since it's from an angle in the reference, you're going to see more of that trap. Whereas this is kind of more of an on, so it'd be more like that. Which is going to play into the body shape as a whole. And you're going to have that same bit of play on this side too. Maybe even more, right around here.
Well, I should go and give her a little bit of medicine, so I will be right back.
Yeah? Okay. I'm thinking I'm going too thin on that arm. We're talking a goddamn Coliseum goer. He's going to be huge in the arms department, right? And I'm also forgetting we need to have that bit of a give right there, because that's going to make it more prominent. Traps are not built like that. They jut inwards. Yeah, there we go. We just gotta be more confident with the pecs. This, like, we gotta remember, we're talking Gladiator. Have you seen this guy? He's got the full Schwarzenegger. He's like... He is fucking pecked up. He is pecked up. Can't forget the nip. We can't forget the nip, obviously. Now this is the part where I'm just going to start going off of my, you know, knowledge of anatomy, I guess. I'm just looking at a picture of I'm just typing in buff, shirtless dude. Honestly, I could probably just do Sam Sulek. I could just look at a reference picture of Sam Sulek. But then my fiance would be questioning me. I can't do that for sure. Like, why are you looking at pictures of Sam Sulek? This might be Sam Sulek, actually. The picture I just found looks pretty much like him. No, that's Dwayne. That's Dwayne The Rock Johnson. I can tell by his travel tattoo. Okay. So we have these. These are going to be covered by the pad for the most part, but like, I was kind of right. You're going to have this upwards mobility thing. There's not really, like, it's, you see, when I had pecs, and I had much more, like, general detail in, like, them. Like, I was lean. Like, right now, I'm a chubby motherfucker, because I've been skipping out on the diet. I've been eating too many fatty foods, but kind of hard to manage your weight whenever you work a factory job. Because I burn about, apparently, I don't believe my Fitbit for a second, but it's saying, like, you're burning about 5,000 calories a day. God damn, boy, what are you doing? And I'm like, I honestly kind of believe it, because, like, that's how much calories I had to eat just to keep my weight, kind of. I was just eating healthier. Okay, so this arm is going to break into, like, a more lowered, relaxed position. Now, we have to remember that this pec is not going to come out as far. Honestly, we're giving him too much of a fucking Olympian build, I feel like. Like, he's big, but he's not, like, world-ending big. He's got fucking pecs, and that's what's throwing me off. Like, I'm sorry, but every time I look at Gladiator's pecs, I get a little confused, because I'm like, brother, man, what are you doing with your goddamn diet to be like that? But, like, in all reality, the dude's probably, like, you know, I'm looking at him now, right now, of course, and I'm seeing, like, the belt line. He probably has, like, light abs. It's just when you look at him and you see him in game compared to, like, the little soldiers, you're thinking, this guy's huge, right? But he's probably more, like, a leaner, like, you know, muscular guy. Having said that, he'd still definitely, like, have abs under the armor. I'm not saying he wouldn't, but, like, with how high up his armor, like, his belt sits about right here, usually. Like, and also, is this like a championship belt? Because I've always looked at it and been like, what? Like, I guess it's armor too. It is obviously supposed to be armor as well, but like, I feel like Gladiator has to have, like, won this or something, you know? Because, like, it just looks so wonk. It just doesn't feel like anything... Like, it just feels like something that Gladiator would not wear. But then again, like, I feel like with Gladiator being the showboater, the only thing I can imagine him wearing is his helmet. Everything else feels so off. Which is dumb, because the armor is real. It's, like, realistic to, like, what gladiators in ancient Rome wore. I'm just being such a nitpicker, you know what I mean? I'm just like, my Gladiator would wear this. It's so fucking dumb. Okay, so we're going to have this really defined muscle pop right here. Because you got to remember, my boy Jack, where are we going to stop with this? Like, right about there. That, I would say, is his realistic arm proportions. Okay, so we're going to have that kind of this general elbow pop into a more... Elbow's usually dived down into like the... something like that. Kind of just re-guessing how it's going to look. But the thing is, he usually holds his spear more close to his body. I don't know why when I did the original sketch for this, that I did this. Because, like, honestly, I would say, move this, pull it in, grab all this and cut it out. Do a much more calm, like... a much more calm angle, something like... Oh, hold on. Derp. I put this up to this first before we take the color. Taking a much more calm. Bam, bam. We'll kind of like angle it like that. Put the arm right around here, and then you can have it just do that. You know what I mean? It's gonna look weird fixing that and getting it into place because I put the arm so low is the thing. So we're going to have to still say like the arm is gonna be more like, oops, shouldn't have done that. Can I just back that? I can't. Have to grab the color again because this game is so weird. Bam. I promise. I know what I'm doing. Actually, I don't at all. It's a serious problem. Right around there. That would work much better for like the general, where the arm is right now. Hand size is not accurate. Like the circles I'm drawing is definitely not accurate to the hand size. Like, but you gotta remember that this hand is wheeled back from reference. Whenever we draw it, it's probably gonna be more like about that. Something more head-sized. Hand-sized, rather. Not head. Okay, so the other nip should just be like right around here, right? Now, he has like my Glad has this bit of armor that unfortunately does cover the nip a little bit. You can see the areola. You can see, I'm gonna say words that have probably never been spoken before right now. You can see the areola christening in the sunlight, erupting just a little bit out from underneath the armor, but that's all. You don't get any of the nip, as it were. I'm so fucking weird. I'm so sorry to everyone involved in this. I'm trying my absolute best. Okay. So, here's the thing with the belt line that's really throwing me off. Because, like, I've kind of done this, but I need to broaden it out even more. And kind of, like, make it look more dented and worn. Because, A, my Gladiator is a fucking gangster. Second off, he actually has, like, some cloth that's, like, gonna be, you know, keeping the metal from, like, constantly scraping up against... Like, imagine just having a metal chastity belt on 24/7. Like, Vlad's not that guy. Guarantee you, he probably still three balls it underneath this fucking... What is it he's wearing? Like, his little dress gown thing? Okay, so going off of what we have here, first off, broaden this up just a little bit because we gotta remember this guy is jacked. Like, he's not, you know, Sam Sulek levels like I was thinking for a minute, but sorry about that, everyone. He's still pretty buff, which I think I've captured his muscular structure very well. Here's the hard part. So honestly, whenever I think of shoulder armor, and I always draw it this way, I don't know why, this little point right here is an axis for me, right? This is like a point where armor normally connects because this is a pivot range, right? If I were to draw like a line right here, that is where, like, it's going to centralize on this point right here. I usually think that. So if we were to really say it, we'd want this to be like right where the armor kind of appears at. It's resting high, it can cushion. It doesn't want to curve far down. Like it needs to have excess room for which this is just like where the paint would be, which fun. That's going to be real fun. There's a little bit of a curve here, I would say too, with most armors. Actually, it would be a smooth. I don't know why in the textures. Oh, because I'm looking at it from a wonky angle. But like, really, we're talking. Whooshka. Let's draw this thin line. It would curve out like this, swoop in, come here, and we're gonna have it swoop back down through here. And that's gonna be the entire armor piece's like coverage. It's gonna come out more like that though. And then you're gonna have that like that ring of metal, I think it is. Like, you know, I've always loved leather armor so much, specifically because of how they like reinforce it. It's so cool how they do that because it's just, it feels natural. It feels like it looks like it's actually honestly not too like cumbersome or uncomfortable. Like whenever I'm in like my normal everyday clothes, sometimes I feel like even my normal everyday clothes are like more like sweat inducing and anti-wicking than armor looks to be. Because like I feel like you wouldn't be baking. Hello Pandora. I feel like you wouldn't be baking too bad underneath like this type of pauldron, you know? And of course we have the secondary. Now here's the thing that I always do wrong. I will draw it to where it like looks like it blends perfectly into the armor. But like when we're talking about like an armor pad, like a shoulder pad, the continuing pieces of armor are actually resting underneath like this, so that when you lift your arm up, they can move back. So if it were right here and you were to lift your arm up, it would go backwards into here because it's moving up from the strap, right? Which I think is really nifty. That's so cool. Which, of course, it's probably second, you know, hand knowledge to most everyone out there. But for me, it took me a little bit to realize why it did that. Anyways, I'm sorry, Pandora. I was yapping. I was autistic for a moment there.
Oh, I just said I'm back.
Welcome back. Okay, what am I doing? So this is actually going to be like right around here, not that far in. I'm playing off a reference again. Will it come out more like that, I think. And then you've got those really cool looking braids. Gladiator has a very nifty armor braid that goes down. It's almost like armored scales. They're leather scales with like pins in them so that they stay linked together. I don't know how he puts it on, but essentially it's like a fish scale pattern. It's this with a hole in it, this with a hole in it, you know, over and over and over again around the arm. And then there's like, it's only like it's a U-ring, so the other side is cloth. Because it only needs to guard the points of impact, so it would really only cover like, I would say right through here, you know? But still, it has to be hard. I guess they probably stitch it into the fabric itself, maybe, that he wears, because it's like a sleeve that he puts on. You know? I don't know. This is just me yapping. Sorry. How's your cat? How is the poof?
She was just laying down and napping on the table I had put her on before I came here.
Alright.
And the reason why I think it's like maybe pain, like arthritic related, is that she's been laying on a bench quite a lot, especially at nighttime. And there's a towel on her. Whereas her favorite, her other favorite place does not have a towel on it. It has like a pee pad down instead. Like one of those fabric ones, so it's a little bit cooler to the touch. I put a blanket down on her usual table, placed her on it, and that's where she's been spending her time this past like 30 minutes to an hour. Well, I guess it has been like an hour.
Good cat mom.
So she's just hanging out on the blanket right now. Took her medicine just fine.
Slash
She doesn't
dad.
like it, but she'll take it. Really wants to go outside. So tomorrow hopefully it won't be too cold.
This is kind of wonk, because
I
like,
told her
Continue. Sorry.
I told her if she, did a poop, she'd get to go out, and while we made her do it, she still did one.
This is actually kind of
Feel like she
nice.
should still be cool.
What do you think, Pandora?
I am seeing a delayed thing of it. I don't know what you are actively working on.
Let me share my screen real quick. Booyah. Might get some dropped frames of the stream in because I'm streaming to Pandora as well, so that they can get a look.
Yeah, that's looking good so far.
Alright.
Hell of a lot better than what I can do for armors. Why is there a tiny man on his helmet?
Oh, that's Chad. That's little Chad Mans. I told you I was putting the Chad meme on there because he usually has like a gargoyle with wings resting. But I'm going for like silly. Whenever I get the full color going and everything and the shading, I'm gonna give him lens flare and the unblockable like So Demir knows what I'm talking about. When you throw certain attacks, they have unblockable, and whenever he hits you in the face with his shield, it's an unblockable. It's an unblockable. So that's what's I'm gonna give it that that flare effect of just orange around the attack, like it's building momentum like a fucking rocket. Anyways, he is a pretty swell looking guy on the body. I did a pretty good job structuring him. This is all kind of just from the reference of him in a simple picture of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. And I'm thinking, I don't want to give him abs because he doesn't really have them in the, like you can't really tell because of all the blood and dirt. So what I'm thinking is I might, do a light, something that kind of, details and... But that's gonna have to be shading rather than anything else. I could do something with it though. The thing is, he's really only showing the singular maybe upper areas and this,
Oh, you want to know what annoyed me when I was rolling for stats for the Call of Cthulhu character? One dice specifically kept giving me ones. That's why all of the stats are so low. That one specific stat kept giving me fucking
For
ones.
the viewers out there, I also DM in my free time. So, continue, Pandora. Sorry. It's just something cool I wanted to tell them.
I set it to the side, and because it was essentially my rogue dice set with the 4 D6s, I set that one to the side and picked up the 4th one out of the bunch and just started using it. And that's why I started getting pretty good stats. Because the others were rolling just fine. Usually between 4 and 5. It was just that one specific one that kept rolling fucking ones. And I don't know where my bag of bad went. I don't know where Cloud's dice went. So right now it's just kind of sloshing around freely in my dice chest. Every other dice set is all snugged up in its, little bags. Except it's not allowed to be in a bag, in the snuggly bag right now. It's in timeout.
Okay, so this is gonna curve actually a lot whenever it hits this peck point. It actually needs to be like a noticeable curve because you're essentially hopping down. There we go, perfect. And honestly, it would look better if it did this instead of that full right there. Right there, yeah. And it's gonna be kind of... I think it should actually look kind of like... Here's the thing, once it gets up here, it's not going to be detailed with the armor, but you're actually going to see that kind of go away, because there needs to be space for that shoulder joint, so I'm going to make it some space. And hopefully that doesn't look bad. And there's this nice looking strap I really like that connects the armor. It's a braided strap that comes from here. Where's the angle? It crosses this pec, actually. But it crosses... Hold on, let's check where it crosses that, because that's actually really important. Crosses just under the nip. Not surprised. Gladiator would never want to cover up his beautiful nips. Okay. So there's a ring here. Wham. But it's not a perfect circle. It's actually kind of a cool texture. It's, let's make some space for it. It's almost like, a hexagonal, but it's not. It's curved on top. But it's got these, like, nice little, like, almost dents in it where it kind of pops around. And I want to capture those kinds of details because I'm not going to lie to you. If I could just rotoscope this, I would do it immediately because I would love to, like, pose as, like, a character and then just draw the character over me. But I'm trying to do this. Like, I just came home thinking, I want to draw. Haven't streamed in a bit. Haven't uploaded any content in a bit because I just deleted all of my... So here's the thing, viewers. My mic was sounding really shitty in the recordings and everything else. And I was like, you know what? This isn't up to my standards. I'm just going to start over because, you know, I'm going to be playing a lot of For Honor anyways. And we have most of the content on the lives. It just felt a jank. I don't know if y'all can tell. I hope the microphone sounds better for everyone on the Discord. Or on the OBS, rather. The live, as it were. So it's going to curve just under this nipple. And as soon as it hits here, it's going to rocket up around the back. And then there's this leather back to it, too. Which we're going to have to make some space for. If you're wondering why I'm going so to a T, because this is my favorite character in the game, honestly. And I wanted it to be like, I want this to be like the first big thumbnail I do. And it's going to help me really get into it. So I'm kind of like trying to go detailed, trying to give it a lot of character, trying to give it my own little personal, you know. Because I genuinely love For Honor so much, and it's just so nice to get back into the game. And this is kind of relieving for me. I have work tomorrow, so the stream probably won't see you finishing it at all. You know, because for me, Demir's from, I think Australia is what he said. Which I don't want to dox you, Demir. Sorry. But, I mean, Australia's a big place, mate. So you're good. But, so he's in a different time zone, is the biggest thing. It is currently 3 a.m. for me, and I work in 12 hours.
I'm just gonna be honest here, I just completely blanked on what you're talking about because I'm watching you, like, do that little strap and it looks like a mushroom. And fucking Legends of Avernus is just in my head. Torbeck's big hairy mushroom plane.
Oh, God. Oh. Oh. Every time you know, my favorite clip from that is the Torbeck hee-haw, guys, hee-haw. I don't think Torbeck hee-haw. It's so funny.
I really need to watch it. I watched the shorts. I have not actually watched.
There's a short of it. There's a short of it.
Episode.
There's a short of
yeah,
it. I'm watching their Uprooted. Their Uprooted is really good. I would say start with the Uprooted if you're gonna start. Okay, so we're just gonna kind of wing this curve into it, and it crosses over in a big area. I haven't watched Critical Role at all yet, because I heard the first season has a cheater in it, and I didn't want to just be exposed. Which I know he doesn't play anymore, but like...
well, if you didn't want to see anything of him, just skip right to episode 27. That's when he is no longer there.
They kicked him out?
Yeah, he is not in... Yeah. Yeah, he is not in the whole thing.
Good. So he's just
I
like...
hope the dude is like...
It's agreed upon that everyone knew he was cheating, right? Then I heard rumors because I remember seeing him fudging is one of his things, his ring having multiple spells, and he using like 7 instead of like however many he was supposed to have. Mercer going online and just saying like, no, yeah, we had like a cheater once, but we cut that out pretty quick.
Like, Marisha definitely started watching him a lot towards the end. But, like, I think they only announced it like once or twice in the actual show. Otherwise, they just like kept they didn't try to bring attention to it, which like I can't blame them. Like
Yeah,
that's
they're
more
just
for
trying to do
something
something
to bring up
fun. It makes no
outside of
sense because,
Minecraft.
like, even then, you know, it's a game for fun for starters. Like competitive cheating, okay. Like, but why are you playing competitive in D&D? Also, don't cheat competitively. You're still scum if you cheat competitively. I'm not saying there is any excuse to cheating. I'm just saying, like, with competitive cheaters, there's like a goal. You know what I mean? I understand their goal. They're trying to be better and ruin other people's days. Simply, they can't play the game on their own because they're ass, you know? But, like, D&D, if you're bad at D&D, just read a book, bro. Just read a book. And you're good.
I have not finished watching Vox Machina. I think I only saw a couple episodes. But apparently there is like
I like him a lot already.
Tiberius himself isn't there, but there is a female dragonborn who really likes whatever her face is. The mage chick that he was obsessed with, that was with, you know, female dwarf Kima.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought that was kind of funny. Just a red dragonborn obsessed with this one mage. No, it's not Tiberius. I don't remember what they named the dragonborn. No, it's not him. It's somebody else. Just like obviously a nod without actively like infringing on any rights, so he can't really do anything.
Yeah.
Oh god, and there's this one dude who's just fucking obsessed with Orion. I kind of feel bad about him. I do hope he's like gotten his shit together. Like, I hope he's clean and no longer on now.
Who is Orion? Like, is one of the female cast members or what?
The cheater.
Oh.
That was the cheater. It was Orion.
That's usually how it goes. Like, there's always those weird people, like with the Asmund Gold community. Like, you,
Said
whenever.
once that he's dead. No, he's. Sorry, I was taking my pills, so I get stressed. Anyways, continue. Sorry.
Like, with the Asmund Gold community, like, with how, like, divisive he became, it became, like, this split where now, like, there's nobody who's, like, really neutral who watches him anymore. You know, it's like the,
I don't even know who that is. I've heard his name now.
he's an extremely toxic person. I've only seen him from his like more sexist remarks and like the whole women shouldn't play video games stuff that he does, which is weird, you know. But he has like apparently he has this whole background. Like there's a story about him, and apparently he's the one who told about this, where he used to use a dead rat. A dead rat died on like his dresser. And he just he just let it sit there and he used it as an alarm. And like, yeah, apparently he has some crazy stuff going on. Like, he sold his fans crypto or something or other. His Starforce PC's company is like really controversial because there was a weirdo in it. But like, I haven't heard anything bad about the computers. I just remember there being a pedophile, and there was like, I think it was because Critical covered it. Listen, if you guys want to hear, like, I'm a blast from the past because most of my information is old, but like, I'm really like learned on old school internet lore. Because I've just always been a chronically online dude, right? For the most part, my hobbies include reading, writing, watching YouTube, and watching Crunchyroll. I know, I sound like a total neckbeard. I'm actually not. I was for a little while. I physically had a neckbeard because I was trying not to shave because of my, you know, religious rules. But as a whole, no, like just like the crackhead phase of the internet. I remember that it was truly a time. Is all I have to say about it.
Hey, was your name Demir? Pick a name. Anthony
Oh, they haven't.
or
I don't know if they're actually here. They haven't chatted in a while. But yeah, pick a name. Anthony or what?
Alistair.
Alistair.
Alistair? Alistair.
Alistair is usually the name you think of whenever you say something like that.
Either way, I pick a name. You can vote too. I need votes.
I don't really like either of them. They're both like fuckboy names. I'm gonna be real with you.
Look, this character has a 90 appearance. Okay, he's a fuck.
Yeah, but isn't it like a fucking John Clark Stein. I fucked my cousin because I'm a rich English boy. You know, oh, should I curve the shield? I should curve the shield. It looks really wonk if I don't. Actually, I like the idea of just eye contact as the shield is raised, cocked, and loaded. I do. But I feel like it looks more intimidating if the buckler is just slightly curved. You know what I mean? Just so that you get the rim before you get the buckle. So we have to do something like that. Okay. We're gonna do the top.
So you don't think I should do prostitute?
We need more curve. We need more curve.
You're not even hear me.
Frost 2. Who's Frost?
Prostitute. You don't think I should do?
Alistair is not. Alistair is certainly not a name for a prostitute. Alistair is like a young money name for sure. Parent names their child Alistair, and the kid becomes a prostitute. I'm pretty sure the parent would die of shame. Okay, so how should we do this buckle? So it's just coming in at an angle. It's like a dish almost.
Well, with a 45 credit rating, he's not exactly, you know, money. He's not a broke ass bitch, but he's not money.
Yeah.
He's near it. You know, maybe if he's good enough.
45 is actually like you're not middle class at 45. I want to say 35 is middle class. So think of it this way: 95 is the richest person who's ever existed in history.
I was looking at the living standards thing, where credit rating 10 through 49 is considered average.
Yeah, so you're on the upper end of average.
I just can't decide between those three jobs. Because he can't do much else.
He could be like a professor who's just like not really good, who was hired based on looks. It's the 1920s. Like, that's not rare.
Yeah, he's not smart. He's average smart.
Okay, so I want the buckler to protrude. I think I just need to shrink it down a little bit.
Like, you can tell which stats I was like rolling with which dice.
You know,
Actually,
you blame the dice gods a lot for things that are utterly like just RNG. The poor dice that probably have like, if those dice had feelings, they'd be crying. You've shamed them.
Look, that one dice, I'm fairly certain it was that single dice, rolled 4 ones in a row. That's a curse. That's a bad die. He is not to be used right now until he learns his lesson. So all the other ones were rolling every other number except 1. Like, there was a 2, I think there was a 3. I know there were 4 and 5s, and then there was 6 a couple of times. Obviously the one triple with the appearance, good god. But like, he was the only one rolling multiple ones in a fucking row. That's a bad die.
Why does it have to be a he?
Because I want to be.
No, I said, why does the
know what
die?
it is.
Why are you giving the die male pronouns?
It's random what I call them. Like my computer, that's a she. The dice, I don't know, it depends on my mood.
How the Spanish decided their pronouns. If you don't know, Balagrofo pen is a... I think it's a masculine for some reason they gave it. And they don't, like, France has pronouns for, like, their items, too, and they don't line up, like, at all with the Spanish. So, like, it just doesn't make any sense. Yeah, it's kind of a buckler. Kind of a buckler. We'll figure out the shape of the buckler later. It's really hard to do, like, curved objects from a reference angle. I'm thinking of, like, the Dark Souls buckler, even though there's probably not a shield like that in the game. I like the idea of just walloping somebody with something like that, you know? Anyways, it's coming together.
Yeah, Anthony or a hoe or an entertainer. Because entertainer, that would just be average. For a hoe, though, that would be on the high end. Actually, for stage actor, it would be better than the usual. Film star, it'd be pretty average.
Okay, so the way this works, it
I don't
looks
think
like
anybody's online.
yeah, these curve down like that. So that's where the wings are going to come in. They're going to have to be like the 3D, though. We're going to have to do those last.
Oh, I tried to put the job thing to a vote in another D&D server I'm in. Everybody voted no.
Of course they did. Fucking D&D, the most zesty game that's ever existed. What should I play, guys? Pick it. You know you must sacrifice it to the whore gods.
Look, I just think it's funny, okay?
And you could be a flapper who does that kind of work on the side. Well, you're a man. What's the male version of a flapper?
I don't know. I just think it's funny, like, none of these jobs, like the occupation, none of them would necessarily work well with Mafia. It's gonna be funny no matter what. Because it's gonna be gay as shit no matter. It's just a matter of how bad he is.
Not bad, honestly, compared to, like, what I got over here. Hands. Oh god, hands. Oh Lord, hands, hands, why? Hands, always hands.
I have one vote for Alistair. Ugh, see, this is why I didn't want to make a new D&D character. Or just Call of Cthulhu character. I don't have any set in stone thing.
Okay.
Also, I think it's kind of funny that you don't seem to have picked up on the references.
I don't watch Has Been Hotel.
That's fair. And to be fair, I'm not the one who started it. Somebody else started that. And I was like, yeah, you know what? Sure, why not? But I already like Alistair. I've always liked it, so.
Okay, let's check out what we have without this in the background. And looks dumb, not surprised, but we can rough this up. I think we need to do more like that. And just go ahead and erase this extendo part. There's a little bit of white actually drawn in here too, by the way, if you're wondering why it looks so wonky in certain color areas. And this is because we did this way too big. We're kind of just throwing a hand together, I will say, because I just cannot right now.
I want to play a Minotaur.
Don't think that would work. They're monsters in the Fey rune, pretty sure.
The hand looks tiny.
Yeah. Well, it's meant to look like it's shrouded. Hold on, because it's actually got like a leather guard covering it. So that's what the scale mail plays in.
Are you cool with blood hunters?
In Faerun, it would be hard to make it work. Well, actually, I can make it work. Because they have a god that's specifically for that, but you don't get to choose your god.
They're not religious.
They will be in this. That's like one of the only real ways I can make them work, because of how they get their power and all this other stuff.
Bleh. His stats are terrible, but I am actually very attached to Jin now. But I figured it'd still be a good idea to have backup in mind. I have literally no backup ideas. I can play Dragonborn. I haven't played with them yet. Seems fun. Or a monkey.
It's 3 in the morning.
Fucking monkey.
I think we'll end the stream here, boys. I'll work on the hand, make
You
it
could
bigger.
You could be a small monkey.
Honestly, I know how to make it fixed right now. I can just thicken these knuckles a little bit.
Do it. Lord. Maybe I'll just play a Hex Squad if Jin dies. Like the exact same thing, just different stuff they get. They're the product of hags. They actually get dark vision.
That's looking way better. That looks a little bit more like a hand. I just need to broaden the way it works. Like I just need to get this really like, which it makes it look realer. Anyways, right like that.
Can my backup be a hex blood?
What class is that? Or
Hex
what race is
bloods,
that?
is a
Or whatever
race.
it is. I'd have to look into it.
It's from Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft.
Hmm.
They're the product of Hag.
You like? Here's the thing. You're an ambassador, so you maybe join the adventure. Like your goal is to stop a cult. So if like you're a birth of a hag, you're gonna be like like.
Well, it would be as a backup. So after like the adventure has already started, you can just like see them, be like, "Oh, you look fun. I'm joining you." No, you have no choice. I'm joining you.
My concern is the moment town guards see you and they just beat you to death. I don't want that to happen. But I could make it probably. Look into it later when I'm not as sleepy.
They even like say what they look like. It's. Oh. Okay, yeah, they kind of look funky. I bet they could lie and say there's something else. Or just use this guy's self to play a warlock.
Big
And then
fan
just
of
get
whatever
the-
the fuck this is. Okay, we're gonna save this.
Evocation for free.